Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to the franchise hour.
These various tools
to help me start the business.
And then I did specialize in
the last years, more than 5 years right now, we have figured out the systems and the processes to ensure that the franchising program will be a success.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the year 2022 in franchising and the first episode of season 6 of the Franchise Hour. Also, this year we have every Thursday at 4 p.m. the Franchise Hour live here on Facebook, RK Franchise Consultancy, and the Facebook page of the Franchise Hour and my personal Facebook page, Rudolf Kotick. So I'm welcoming you. I'm Rudolf Kotick. I'm the founder and the CEO of RK Franchise Consultancy. And since we start a new year, I hope you are enticed to develop your own business into a franchise and expand through franchising. And this is what we are talking today about. And for that purpose, I invited with me today my own manager for marketing, Miss Shey Lumbes. She is now, the company itself is already 23 years old, but she is with me for the last 8 years. And her job is actually explaining how franchising works to our prospects. And therefore, she is our first speaker for this year. And she will explain you the mechanics on developing your business into a franchise. So, Shay, welcome to the Franchise Hour.
Hi, Sir RK. Thank you very much for a very kind introduction. And of course, good afternoon also to our viewers. And welcome to the first episode of Season 6 of Franchise Hour. I know that most of you are interested in our topic today, which is why I'll be sharing some insights about franchising. Okay, so most especially on how you can franchise your business. And before I officially begin with my presentation, I would like to introduce first again myself. I am Shey Lumbes, and I'd like to share with you our company, RK Franchise Consultancy. Who are we and what's our role in franchising industry? All right, so RK Franchise Consultancy is a 22 years old company that provides professional franchise development for entrepreneurs who would like to expand or grow their brands through a well-developed franchise system. Okay, so headed by our CEO, Mr. Rudolf Kotick, our team provides not just the professional franchise development, but also an ongoing support to our franchisors to help them establish a system standard that can be duplicated with our future partners. So if you're actually watching right now and you have a business and would like to share your success with others, franchising is actually the best way for you. And of course, our team is always ready to help you. All right, so pretty sure that this slide is not too big for you to see all the clients or companies that we have developed. But yeah, these are the brands that we have developed so far, and we are currently developing more accounts. That's from Luzon to Mindanao, of course. So all in all, we have around 900 developed companies, and we look forward to developing more accounts on the coming years. So if you want to become the next franchisor, you know already whom to contact. Contact us, contact RK Franchise Consultancy. All right. So let's talk about franchising. We have actually here a very short definition that is actually easy for you to understand. Basically, when we talk about franchising, it is actually a special type of licensing arrangement for the distribution of products and services. Okay, when we say special type of licensing arrangement, this is where the relationship of franchisor and franchisee comes in. All right, so in franchising, you are in business practically for yourself but not by yourself. So we have what we call a long-term partnership or relationship. So when we engage into a franchise and when we think of franchising, we also think of the two operating personalities involved, which I'm going to show you on my next slide. All right, so as you can see, we have two personalities involved. We have the franchisor and the franchisee. So we'll start with the franchisor. So when we talk about being a franchisor, practically you will be allowing another entity or the franchisee to use your business system, your trademark, and your corporate identity for a certain period of time. Okay, there's always a strong agreement between the franchisor and the franchisee that you should know in case you want to venture in this type of business system. Okay, when a franchisor share his business, he's actually sharing the use of trademark, which is why it's important for every franchisor to have his brand name registered in IPO. So in our association, we have our in-house trademark specialist that can help you file for your IPO. In case you're interested on the service, please don't hesitate to contact us. And to have a smooth and successful operation, a franchisor must implement a system standard that every franchisee should adapt to it. So later, ayan, so going back to the next slide, I'll be sharing additional pointers of what a franchise provide in general and how it will be beneficial on the side of the franchisor. All right, so the franchisee, on the other hand, purchases someone else's experience, expertise, and method of doing the business and does not have to go through the pain of a startup company. So nakikita nyo naman po, no, that we have actually a graph here. So as you can see, the franchisee is the one responsible, okay, in running the entire franchise business. And of course, if you're planning to run your own franchise business, it comes with a price. Okay, you have to be financially ready. You have to know all the expenses when you decide to buy a franchise. As you can also see in your screen, there are different expenses involved, such as franchise fee, capital requirement, which is actually a total amount of money that you need to shell out or that you need to have in order to operate one franchise business. And by engaging into a franchise means you also have to pay the monthly fees. All right, so whether it's a royalty fee or continuation fee, you're actually required to purchase also the products through an established procurement program given by a franchisor. So promotion on the last part, it is also a big part to achieve your target sales. Okay, so as a franchisee, you have to run your own LSM or local store marketing, and you need to contribute as well on the advertisement fund for the continuous promotion of the entire brand. All right, so one of the common questions as well that we are receiving, will the franchisor provide staffs who will be working under my unit? The simple answer to this is no. Okay, it is also the responsibility of the franchisee to hire his own people. Effective initial trainings will be provided by your franchisor. All right, and for us to have a better understanding of why franchising is the best way for expansion, if the business is properly developed, I'm going to share you a whole picture of what does a franchise provide. All right, next slide, please. All right, so let me start with system standard. So on this part, the franchisor must implement policies, systems, and procedures by rewarding compliance and enforcing system standards, meaning each and every franchisee should be operating the same way as the franchisor operates his business. Okay, on the use of trademark, aside from the business system, your franchisor will also allow you to use his trademark for a certain period of time. It can be 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, depending on the franchise structure. All right, so one tip before actually getting into a franchise or buying a franchise, you should always check the trademark registration of the brand. You can either check it via IPO database or even check it with a franchise association in case you need some assistance. Okay, experience and wisdom of the franchisor is actually part of the list. It is also common for a franchisee to have no experience in running a franchise because in franchising a business, you get to acquire someone's expertise and experience of doing the business and does not have to go through the pain of a startup business or of a startup company. So your franchisor will definitely guide you along the way. That's one of the beauty of franchising in general. And then the next one is operations manual. Of course, after signing the franchise agreement and while undergoing a training, a franchisor will give you only hard copy. Okay, take note, only hard copy of the franchise operations manual, the how to documentation of the business operation, and the implementation of the system. Okay, training is actually part of the franchise fee that you will be paying. A franchisor will provide you effective initial training regarding system standards and operations. Of course, the length of the training depends on um, what type of business you are planning to franchise. Okay, site selection assistance and location approval. Normally, a franchisors here in the Philippines do not usually provide locations, and every prospective franchisee have to secure their own location. Okay, but with all the experience, a franchisor will know where a franchise business shall be located. So normally, a franchisor will visit, even inspect the target location prior to the start of the construction. All right, store layout. Since in franchising we practice 100% the uniformity of the look, a franchisor will also provide you a store layout that you need to follow strictly. Okay, next slide, please. All right, so construction supervision for some. Okay, so there are cases that your franchisor will be the one responsible for the construction of the franchise outlet, or a franchisor will let you look for your own contractors, provided, of course, by store layout that you need to follow. So when we talk about exclusive territory in franchising, um, we do follow radius, or this is what we call the distance between the existing franchise outlets. So the target location is one of the top three initial requirements. And as I've mentioned, every prospective franchisee should actually propose the target location for a franchise. And again, it's the responsibility of the franchisor to check, to approve or disapprove the target location. Okay, a franchisor will also protect you given with the exclusive territory with your target market. So the minimum radius that we need to follow is around 500 meters. But again, we have to consider the target market on a specific area. All right. So another thing is the procurement program. In this part, every franchisor will establish a procurement program, or this is what we call the list of authorized suppliers and supplies that the franchisee has to follow. All right. And then opening assistance as a franchisee, you should also expect an opening assistance from your franchisor. So again, this will also be part of the franchise fee. And on a normal basis, a franchisor will send somebody from their team to assist or to guide you during the opening of your franchise outlet. All right. And then marketing strategies. This is usually the advertising and marketing programs to maximize the advantage of the common trade identity with nationwide advertisement. So it can be like radio, even TV commercials through a national advertisement fund. All right. So as a franchisee, each and every franchisee, has to pay a certain percentage of gross sales as a contribution. All right. And then the last part is research and development. So normally a good franchisor will always find um, different ways to make its network more successful. So every genius in franchising, okay, if you're actually a genius franchisee, you're not allowed to come up with new policies, new sets of products, or even new menus. Okay, for example. All right, so now that you have an idea about some technical aspects of franchising, you might be thinking on becoming a franchisor and finally decide to, let's say, expand your business with the help of us, RK Franchise Consultancy. Let me just add more flavors to our discussion. So you might want to take a bigger step towards your plan for expansion. But yeah, definitely franchising is a good strategy for business growth. So here's why. This is where every franchisor can be on a greater geographical presence. All right. So by becoming a franchisor, you can actually control your expansion, where you want to be, and how many outlets you can open. If you want to open 20 more outlets, 40 more outlets, that's up to you. Okay, you can expand your business at the speed you want to grow. This is the first thing. There are actually two types of franchisors, all right? One who lives in a shell and is happy with having, let's say, 1 to 3 franchisees a year, or this franchisor only wants to focus his expansion, um, let's say, within Luzon area. Okay, while the other type of franchisor is the one who wants to expand anywhere. Okay, local or international expansion, regardless if you are a franchisor one or a franchisor two, the growth of your business depends on how fast and how far you want to grow. So next is yung use OPM or other people's money. This is actually part still of franchising as a good strategy for business growth. Again, by expanding through franchising means you don't need to shell out your own money. Okay, I mean, yes, you can if in case you want to add more company owned outlets, but your franchisees will be the one to shell out a certain capital investment or a certain capital requirement in order for them to, let's say, open their own franchise business. And by opening their own franchise business means they have to do the full operation. All right. So this is why franchising creates a lesser direct involvement in the operation, which is on the last list. As I've mentioned earlier, franchisors and franchisee are legally independent entities provided with all the trainings and assistance by the franchisor. The franchisee will be the one to manage their franchise business. All right, so given the fact that franchising is a good strategy for business growth, as a franchisor, you can also enjoy these 3 ways on how you can earn from franchising your business. So as you can see in our screen, we have actually 3 ways to earn money from franchising. We have through the franchise fee, royalty fee, continuation fee, and products and supplies. Let's start first with um, earning from the franchise fee. All right, so when we talk about franchise fee, also called as an initial franchise fee, or the value of your trademark, in which the franchisee pays for the right to use the brand and practically the franchise system. Okay, we've experienced and we've been experiencing this until now that a lot of first timer franchises thinks um, that the franchise fee covers the entire cost to operate an outlet. All right. So typically, the franchise fee refers to a one-time payment. Okay. Again, this is only a one-time payment paid in the beginning of the relationship or partnership. But other than this, there are actually ongoing fees like on the second list, we have the continuation fee or royalty fee. This is actually another way of earning from the franchise. Okay. These are both paid monthly, and there is also a common question from franchise applicants, like why do we have to pay a separate fee for a royalty fee or even a continuation fee when there's actually already a franchise fee? To answer that, royalty and continuation fee are for the continuous use of trademark and, of course, continuous support of the franchisor. So they're both paid monthly. Again, they're both paid monthly once you've started the operation. So the only difference between these two payment continuation fee is actually calculated on a fixed amount. All right. Regardless if you have reached a low or high monthly sales, for example, you have to pay a fixed amount every month, while royalty fee, on the other hand, is actually a percentage. Okay, which is actually based from the gross sales. Okay, so when we talk about gross sales, this will actually mean the total sales minus tax, um, even minus discounts like senior citizen discounts. And if in case that the franchisee is also partnered with delivery service company like Food Panda, Lalamove, etc. Okay, and on the third list, every franchisee has the legal responsibilities and they must run the franchise business according to the operations manual and franchise agreement. So this is also why a franchisor can easily implement or establish a procurement program. Okay, as a franchisor, you can also earn money from the franchise through products and supplies. So through a procurement program, which is the list of authorized suppliers and supplies, every franchisee should follow these sources 100%. All right, so the franchisor controls operating assets, goods, and services utilized by the franchisee through a procurement program. All right, so if you have a business and would like to become the next franchisor, it's also important that you know the demand and supply so you can also foresee the growth of your business. So as you can see, food franchises are the most in demand in franchising, followed by the 15% under the vanity, all what has to do with the beautification, like salon, even spas, or all what has to do with the beauty products as well. All right, and then 10% is under the health. It can be drugstores, gym, and even laboratories. And under the 5% is on the retail stores, like bookstores or even hardwares. And then 4% is on the B's franchises, like internet cafes and even pawn shops. And we have two categories under the 3%. We have the education business. It can be test regulated and tutorial. And all other 3% would be most likely on gasoline stations, even cleaning service company, or even car wash. All right. So if you also want to check the existing clients that we have developed, or you may also want to buy a franchise, if in case your relatives also wants to buy a franchise or your friends, feel free to visit our website. As you can see, it's actually flashed on your screen. It's www.franchise.ph for more franchise opportunities. All right, next slide, please. So, if you want to become the next franchisor, this is actually the highlight of my presentation. Okay, we've got you covered. As what I mentioned earlier, um, RK Franchise Consultancy provides complete professional franchise development that includes franchise structure in the first place. Okay, so this is where we calculate the value of a franchise. As I mentioned earlier, we will be calculating how much would be the franchise fee, um, length of agreement, total capital investment, for example, even the royalty fee or continuation fee. Okay, and then we also have the operations manual that will serve as a Bible of your store. So normally, we will be assigning one of our business developers to do that. Um, he or she will have to visit your store. We will have to schedule a development visit to see the actual operations of your business. All right. And we also have the franchise legal agreements, including side agreements, to make sure that you're doing the franchising on a legal way. So when we talk about all about the franchise legal agreements, this will include the two major contracts, which we have the memorandum of agreement, franchise agreements, and then we do have side agreements like agreement with the landlord, even the guarantee and assumption of obligation, and even the transfer and release agreement. All right. And then on my next slide, franchise marketing. Yes, this is actually part of our list. We do covers marketing, both materials and assistance. So on the materials part, we normally provide you all the marketing materials that you will be using, such as PowerPoint presentation. We will also be designing your own franchise brochure and even your franchise marketing kit. Okay, that can be emailed to your perspectives. And of course, PowerPoint presentation again is actually part of this. And franchise disclosure information as well is part of the franchise marketing, which is required by the DTI. And on the next list is the franchise manual, franchisor manual, I mean. Of all the things that I've mentioned earlier, this is the only manual that is not actually tailored to our franchisor. We do provide training. We train you on how to become a professional franchisor in general. We train you on how to practically treat or find your perspectives. And yeah, both on the sales and on the legal part, we will be training you as well. And then, of course, FIFA membership. We also provide an ongoing training. So once you are developed by RK Franchise Consultancy, automatically you will be part of our association, which is Filipino International Franchise Association, which is for you to be considered as one legit franchisor, you have to become a member of one franchise associations. All right. And all other aspects of franchising, if you actually want a detailed explanation of our development service, we are doing a free virtual initial consultation. All you have to do is to contact us and book an appointment with our team. So as easy as that. So as you can see, let me just give you some facts, okay, as to why are you going to choose RK Franchise Consultancy. First of all, RK Franchise Consultancy has been doing the franchise development for 2022. It's 23 years now. Okay, and because of that, we have developed around 900 brands. Okay, we offer long-term assistance with an extended payment terms. We also provide yearly membership meeting to update our franchisor. Let's say what's new in franchising every year, and let's say we developed them last 10 years ago, they get to be updated on any changes. All right, so before I end my presentation, I would just like to share this quotation. Okay, I would just like to leave the simple quote from an American entrepreneur, James Cash Penney. Growth is never by mere chance. It is the result of working together. All right. So if your plan is to eventually grow your business, franchising is really perfect for you. So the next time that you're going to ask yourself, is my business franchisable? Ask our team, and we will work together to help you build your own success. And for my last slide, here's how you can connect to us. Again, if you're planning to expand your business through franchising, you can contact me or you can contact our team at number 0917-874-3620, 0933-864-2552, or you can also email me at rkfranchise@yahoo.com to book a free initial consultation. So I hope that you've learned some pointers practically about franchising and by becoming a franchisor. Again, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. And good afternoon once again to all of you. Thank you so much, Sir RK.
Thank you so much, Shey, for the excellent presentation of what franchise development is all about. And please get in touch with Shey if you want to have your business developed. She can explain you more and more and more. Whatever questions you may have, she will answer you. All right. So before we end our presentation for today, I want to share also with you what else we have up for you. And for that purpose, I share now my screen with you. And for example, we have a book which I wrote all about franchising. And you may get a free copy if you contact us. And we simply email it to you. It's free of charge. Just get in touch with us. All right? It's in PDF format. As she already explained you can avail of our services. So we do everything what you need to become a professional franchisor. So from structuring the franchise to the operations manual. By the way, a good operations manual has at least 500 pages or more. Some of them have up to 1,000 pages. And also when it comes to the contracts, it's not only one or two, it's 10, sometimes even more contracts what we're providing to you. And of course, the franchise disclosure information, the website, which is hosted by us in franchise.ph, so that you can also get more clients, and the franchise manual. And also, if you go international, we help more than 38 of our clients have already franchises outside the Philippines. So we help you as well there. All right. Or if you listen from abroad and you are somewhere out there, and we also do franchise development through Franmundo in 35 countries. All right. So what we are doing in the Philippines for our clients, we are doing also in 35 countries for them in their market. All right. So that's why we are a global company. More than 100 companies we developed already into franchise systems outside the Philippines. Also, if you have a distribution company, especially in the cosmetic business, we developed a lot of companies into distributorship. So we do also this through the brand GoFran. GoFran is our sister company of RK, where we do distributorship structure, marketing flyers, distributor contracts, manuals, and territory mapping. So if you have any business you want to expand through distributorship, you can get in touch with us as well. 8736-6940. And of course, all our clients in RK become member of Filipino International Franchise Association. But also, if you have a professionally developed company, the franchise development, then you can also join us, even though you're not a member of Develop the Franchise by RK, and have all the advantages of being a FIFA member. And we're also the publisher of the Franchising PH magazine for the last 11 years. And this is the latest issue we have right now. Mix and match your business with the Phoenix blocks, when we're introducing 5 companies of the Phoenix Petroleum Group, which are available for franchising. So you can read all of that, and every month it comes out a new one under franchising.ph. It's free. It has 50 plus pages, and you can read it anytime virtually. And next Thursday, we have as guest Mr. Harry Tampuatco. He is running the Super Brands Philippines, and he will be our guest for next week in the franchise hour. So, I'm here with at the end of the show, and I'm welcoming back again Ms. Shey Lumbes, and we are saying thank you so much for being with us today. First of all, I thank Shey for her presentation, and you, my dear viewers, every week. I hope to see you again next Thursday. Thank you so much, and see you next Thursday at 4 p.m. again. Thank you. Have a good day.